very, very, very open. And obviously the second red card for Mubarak, the second yellow card for Mubarak, and he should go off the pitch. We get a penalty, but again, there's no communication between the fourth official and himself and his colleagues on the side. So he's making decisions, and he's making decisions on his own, I think. And all he's worried about is the flags that are going up on the side. But in saying that, when that happens, people shout for a red card, but the incident will never happen because it happens after the one against Mubarak. But yes, we take control of the game in patches, which I think we can improve on. But we had a big shout in the end, because I think Motor makes two magic saves in the 95th minute. But he gets man of the match, and we go with 1 point. I thought we should have got on with 3 points.
Thank you, Coach. I will start with the colleagues here. Please raise your hand and introduce yourself, then you can answer.
Coach, Kule Ojanda from SABC Sports, of course. The Tlokwe just came back and he got the emblem. One will be confused that maybe in Chiefs there's lack of leadership in terms of the field. Can you please clarify in terms of the captains and the club?
No, I think there's about 3 or 4 captains in the Chiefs camp, and Yusuf is one, Simango is another, Keegan is one, Itu is another, and Titi is one of them as well. So whoever's on the pitch, whoever they've picked as senior in the pecking order, he gets the captaincy, and unfortunately all the other players are out, either injured or on the bench, and Titi is the one that has to take the responsibility. It's got nothing to do with it, just come back. Yes, why is he the captain? You know what I mean? That's not the cloth that you use.
Coach, are you encouraged though? I mean, you said AmaZulu goalkeeper Benimoto was the man of the match. And then the last time you played, Richard Beto, also Mafolo was the man of the match. Are you encouraged by that, you know, goalkeepers opposite and are the one who getting one of the against you guys? And also, what are the talks with regards to Sithebe? Because he looked to be rejuvenated in the last couple of games, Coach, because his contract is also expiring. Just your impression of him and what's the way forward for him next week?
Yeah, I mean, it's the second goalkeeper who gets man of the match against us. I'm in one moment, you got to say the goalkeepers are good because they are players just like all other players who've been within the 22 men that plays on the field. And if he happens to get man of the match, then so be it. But it has to be my team. If it's the opposition's goalkeeper, then I have got to get my team to make sure they're not calmer and are not aggressive in putting the chances away that we do get. And I thought we had clear chances where the goalkeeper really I thought he was a chance. But that's the way football goes. Sithebe? Yeah, Sithebe has been doing well as far as football is concerned. I think he spoke the other day in the newspapers where he says, we're not really worried about the contracts at the moment. What he's worried about is playing football, and he's getting the opportunity to play football. And you know, when you see people like that, then you appreciate what he does for himself as a human being, what he does for football as a human being, and what he's doing for football for Kaizer Chiefs. The contract issues and things like that, he knows what happens. It's either he stays or he goes, but what is he here for? He's here to play football. So that's what he's doing, and that's playing football. And we appreciate that very much.
Good evening, Coach. Coach, maybe just to follow up on Duke's question. You've played the midfield duo of as opposed to maybe regulars in Yusuf, in Edsel as well? Is there any particular reason? Is there something that you're looking for with that duo specifically?
No, sir. I think we play a normal system, and when we put them together, for example, I know Yusuf was injured. Castillo just got back from the national team, so we kept him out. And the next best two were Oxen and Sithebe together. So I think Oxen, Yusuf played quite a few times. Oxen played with Yusuf and with Castillo in the same team. And when they went together, they did well. So I don't say I have the thing whereby don't break it if it's not broken. So that's been happening at the team.
Coach, Sithebe from Kickoff. We saw Khune today back on the bench. He didn't play today, but I saw that, especially when the game ended, he was one of the first ones out on the field talking to the players. How important is his experience in that dressing room, and how is his reintegration into the team been going?
Look, it's in the dressing room, it's always been positive. It has always given us positives in the dressing room, and the fact that he's been here for 2 decades is even more important. And he knows what he has to contribute. He's back on the bench now because we know that Brandon got a red card, so it was touch and go for him whether he was going to make it. And the gods of football gives him an opportunity to come on the bench in the last few games while Brandon is out. But then they have to fight again to see who will second one. At the moment, Bruce is there as the number one.
Okay, colleagues, just the last four. We'll go to. Sorry, coach. They like you here, coach. We'll take Zakele after the lady, and then the last two that side. Oh, sorry. The last three. You've asked, gentlemen, please.
Good evening, Coach. With only 2 games remaining for Kaizer Chiefs this season, how vital is it to keep that top 8 spot and probably move up as well? I mean, we are sitting at number 8 right now, and I know one of the objectives was to crack it into the top 8. So how vital is it to maintain that spot and probably move up as well?
At the moment, like I said week before last, it's about winning every game, and the top 8 is very important to the club. And you ask how vital? It is very vital. You have to take the next 2 games as cup finals, and we tried to do that in the last 6 games, whereby every game we play is treated as a cup final. And you can see last week's game, this week's game, the game before. I don't think the club, the team is playing bad football. Our problem is we're not putting it in the back of the net.
Hi, Coach. This is Akeli from Southampton. Is there time of the season coach where coaches will be required to vote for player of the season? Who has impressed you this season?
I don't know what the team there is what is it?
It's asking about who has impressed you in the potential for player of the season in the PSL.
Well, there's quite a few people. The number one that comes to mind is Itumeleng Khune. And the other one is Ronald Williams, when they played in the African Football League with Kaizer Chiefs, and they've done very, very well. Do you want another one?
Give us another one, Coach.
Yes, please.
Hi, Coach. I am the news from Sithebe. Coach, just want to have your thoughts on decision making in the final third today. Just your impressions on that. You did say obviously that some decisions went against you in terms of the officiating, but how would you assess your boys in the final third today?
Yeah, look, I thought we did not do what we do at training and finish. And like I said, if we were a little bit more clinical, then the score would have been our way. Didn't go today. We have to go back. We've got 2 more games left, and we're going to make it up for ourselves.
Hi, Coach. You've been with this team, or you've been in charge of this team
if you were to be maybe an advisor of someone as far as strengthening the team is concerned, which positions would you pinpoint and say are the most important as far as bolstering the team ahead of the season is concerned?
I think you're asking personal. That's personal.
How?
The club is coming to an end. We are completing. And yes, if there was an advisor, then I will give you my advice on where I think the club needs to get better players. I think I will give you advice as to where the club has got good players and where the club is going to go in the future. But it's a major institution. And if Cavin Johnson has to speak, then it's not true.
Just one final one, Coach, on behalf of the mothers, for Mother's Day. I'm not saying anything else.
Coach, that's one is Itumeleng Khune from Heavy Radio. On a team, when it comes to managing a game, I've seen a couple of games, like the first games, you guys were leading, but it failed to manage that and winning the games, like conceding games, and then other position terms, scoring or equalizing the game. How are you planning to do that in the last two games that you have? And since you said that you're looking forward to and to finishing to the top 8, and then the last team number 9, the Polokwane City that are going to play in your next game, they also were the same points as you. So how are you planning to do all of that in the last 2 games?
Yeah, it's been work in progress for the last few games, whereby we lead the team and we tend to give away soft goals in order for the players to come back at us. And when that happens, we're not aggressive enough, we're not calm enough in order to maintain our lead and go forward and score the goal that will seal the game. We allow, like today you saw, the goal that was scored is offside initially. There should be a free kick before the guy crosses the ball. But in saying that, we also switch off for 1.5 seconds and we give the guy 2 meters in order to cross the ball. So there's a lot of factors that you've got to work on, a lot of factors that you've got to show the team. And in saying that, when you go back and you see it as an offside goal, then that's not the reality of a football game. And that does not put a good taste in your mouth when you draw now and you don't win the game.
Thank you, Coach. Good luck
Thank you, guys.
on next.